St. Paul Parks and Rec, and in charge of all downtown gardens and hanging baskets. And this year, Kirsten approached us about working with an elementary school to help design part of the display. And so Angie and I, and Lynn Berthel from the school here, and Kirsten have been working with the kids the last 3-4 weeks, meeting with each class 3 times to talk about water, the senses, and something about culture, their culture, a culture, identifying the culture they're from, and creating a display about water that appeals to the senses. Part of the idea this year with the Flint Hills Children's Festival is to make this display sensory oriented, and thinking about the senses and the different senses people use. The kids are going to be sitting back here, and the groups of kids are going to come up and present their designs here. And at the very beginning of it all, Kirsten's going to introduce you, the panel, to all the kids, and then ask you to do a little career talk, something of it, very quickly. Career talk, very, very short career talk. With the number of designs that the kids have to present, we have at a maximum about 3 minutes per design. Designs up here, they'll come up, they'll read their thing, they'll have a design that they can point to, and then you guys have, very little time, but you can ask a question or two, and if you need some clarification or something. Now, what we're going to get out of this panel isn't necessarily that the kids will suddenly understand how to make this or anything like that. It really is about the experience for the kids. It's about them working through a design, bringing it to a point where it can be presented to a panel, and that they actually present it to a panel and hopefully talk loudly and read clearly and can show you something if you ask.
I don't have to look at the camera.
No.
I'm Daniel Green. I'm an architect in Minneapolis. Work for Miller Dunwoody Architecture, and just excited to participate in something that has to do with education.
I'm Mike Mason. I'm curating the art walk for the Ordway this year, and the art walk is sort of a different facet of the festival where students display their artwork and we hang it downtown St. Paul. So all different buildings. We have about 15 different locations. And outside of the Ordway, I'm a budding studio artist, I guess. So I try and show and sell my work, and I've worked sort of a smattering of ad agency jobs and illustrating jobs and such. So.
Sarah, just got a couple master's degrees from the U, and I'm teaching a course down at Carleton College in sustainable architecture. So I worked for 7 years on the East Coast in design and construction. So. And I'm excited to be in a place where my feet touch the floor when I sit in chairs. I like kids.
My name's Gita Gay, and I'm a sculptor, and I work with students on art residencies, and I've worked for artists on maintenance, and then I do some public art, so I'm just here as an artist to look at kids' designs, and excited to see the designs.
My name is Gina Rayward-Starkey. I work for VSA Arts of Minnesota. We're a nonprofit organization. We're statewide, and we work with people with disabilities in the arts. My program area is mostly in education, where I set up residencies, do some teacher training, and work with teaching artists, mostly in special ed classrooms and sometimes in inclusion classrooms in the community.
Art represents water. Our art represents water because the gumballs and the gumball machine will drip one at a time like water dripping. Our art represents the sense of hearing because whenever a gumball drips onto different materials, it will make different sounds on each of the materials.
Our art represents a culture of school students or graduating students having different, happy, colorful, and successful lives.
We will use glass, steel, pebbles, water, sand, wood, rock, leaves, cement, paint, and glitter. Our art represents students in a gumball machine exiting and graduating towards their futures. The different materials that the gumballs land on represent the different paths of bright futures the students will take or have.
The gumballs are art when they drop. The art is interactive. People can We fill the gumball machines with a tube and crank a handle to make them fall.
The art is secure. We can use cables or bolts to secure the gumball machine onto a base.